Hello and welcome to a match between Burn It Down and Belarusian Demons. My name is Radnor and I'll be casting this event here this evening. And as we can see, the bans are already getting underway, so let's jump into this. We see a Batrider being banned out by Belarusian Demons first, and a Darkseer being banned out by Burn It Down. Understandable bans. Expect to see great initiation if a Batrider is going up against you, and that is why you'd ban him out, as well as with a Magnus. Some big team events, big team fights can happen. With a well-placed reverse polarity, you can see a whole team drop. No surprise there. We see a Keeper of the Light and Darkseer being banned out by Burn It Down. Again, two great potential heroes. Keeper of the Light with a beautiful push with that Illuminate and the ability to pull in heroes into a team fight with that recall. It makes sense to see him banned out here as well. We are going to see a first pick of Nyx Assassin. Very standard first pick here. No real surprise there. He has great damage potential. Especially with that Vendetta once he hits level 6. The big thing that he has is that Impale, which is a very effective stun early on, and you expect to see some great ganking potential out of him, especially if left unchecked. Back to the Burn It Down, we're going to see them picking up a Shadow Demon and Jakiro. They're getting their supports out right away. Good supports there. Shadow Demon with Disruption, great stun ability, huge potential for damage with that Shadow Poison, especially great choice there with the Jakiro with the Ice Path and the Micropyre. We are seeing some great picks come out here from Burn It Down. No surprise to see them picking up the Jakiro with a name like Burn It Down. We are going to see a Lifestealer being picked up by the Belarusian Demons. Very good potential with, especially when paired with a Gyrocopter. Lifestealer and Gyrocopter have great potential. Maybe not together, but on the same team, you can expect to see some major damage coming out of the two with the Call Down and the Infest, as well as Open Wounds. You have great potential with the Rage, and that Flat Cannon has huge potential to do tons and tons of damage. Great picks by the Belarusian Demons, and we saw some good matches earlier today in the international qualifiers that use very similar picks with Lifestealer and Gyrocopter, and we saw some just team wipes coming out of that. So we expect to see just as much coming out of this. We do see a Nature's Prophet being picked up here by Burn It Down. Great split push potential with Nature's Prophet. He is a very effective hero, and with that global teleport, he can cause havoc not only in a team fight, but you can expect to see him picking off heroes that are just in the wrong place at the wrong time. For the first ban in the second phase, we are going to see Skywrath Mage being banned out. Newer hero to the pool, yes, but you see him being either banned or picked quite often. He has a tremendous amount of damage with his ultimate, as well as very low cooldown time, so no surprise to see him banned out here. And he also has that silence, which not only silences, but it brings even more damage to a hero from magic damage, so no surprise to see him banned out at this point. Pretty understandable ban since he has been involved in the captain's mode.
Reserve time.
We're going to see a little bit of reserve time come out for Burn It Down. Just want to make sure that they get the right heroes. It wouldn't surprise me to see a Leshrac being banned out. They're going to be going to pick up some support heroes here. A Leshrac would be a standard ban. We could even see a Windrunner ban. Less likely though, and it all just depends if they want to go with something like a Chen pickup, or if they want to go with just a standard Bane counter pick for that Shadow Demon. We do see Lone Druid being banned out here. good ban, not something that you want going up against you. That bear has phenomenal potential, especially once it hits its high levels and it has that entangle. You can see heroes drop, towers drop. The bear can be a headache for one and all. So, no surprise seeing the Lone Druid banned out there. Very good choice, in my opinion.
10 seconds remaining.
Got a couple more seconds before we go into some reserve time for the Belarusian
5
demons.
seconds remaining.
And it looks like we're going to go into some reserve time here. Good potential with both teams as of right now. You've got the split push potential as well as the potential team fight lined out for Burn It Down. It just depends on who they're going to be going for their carries. And we do see a Luna being banned out. Not something you want to go up against. She has great potential to drop towers as well as heroes alike. And that is why she's being banned out right now. As Burn It Down does have to pick up at least a hard carry for their team. Nature's Prophet can play that role, but he tends to play the split push role, not something you want to have carrying you in the late game. He has the potential to do it, but he usually prefers to be more involved in the team fight and in the split push. As for the Belarusian demons, we see a good starting setup. It really depends on where they're going to go with their support roles here. We could see a Bane pickup. It wouldn't surprise me to see a Bane. Rubik is a very good support and see a lot of play from him lately, but I don't really see a whole lot except for like the Ice Path or the Micropyre that would really be worth picking a Rubik for. Shadow Demon, of course, he has some good spells as well, but we do see a Disruptor being banned out. As you can see, Team Burn It Down is going through the list of potential supports that they want to keep out of this match, and Disruptor was the one to get the hammer. No pun intended. He is a good support, especially with that glimpse, the ability to bring a hero back to where they were multiple seconds previous. It can definitely change what you're doing, especially if you're running away. Some perfect body blocks, and that hero can drop very quickly. So, no surprise to see the Disruptor banned out, especially with that kinetic field. Have seen many a heroes fall within that field. We are going to see a Juggernaut ban out here by Belarusian Demons as their last ban. They know that some damage dealing heroes have to be picked up by Burn It Down, and Juggernaut has huge potential, especially with that Omni Slash, the ability to stay alive with his Blade Fury. Tremendous hero, and that is why he will not be seeing this match here today. The last ban for Burn It Down was a Chen. As I said, Chen would be a very good pick here, giving you extra push potential and a good hero to have in the jungle, but we do see him being banned out, which is definitely a good choice there. He had very, very good potential in this team lineup, and that is why he will not be joining this match today. So it does make sense. I personally would have liked to have seen a nice Chen pick for the Belarusian Demons, but then again, Team Burn It Down did not want to see that here today, and you can't blame them, as Chen has great potential at pretty much any point in the game. Obviously, there's the Windrunner pickup. No surprise to see her picked up. She's a good support. The Power Shot has great potential. That Shackle Shot can hold you in place for a tremendous amount of time if done properly, and she just is a good speedy character with that Wind Run. If she is playing support, there are not many that can keep up with her. It would not surprise me to see their last pick as Alina or
5 seconds remaining.
Or a Leshrac. Either one of those, good potential with those. And we'll see in just a couple seconds here. We are going to go into some reserve time for Burn It Down. They're very low on the reserve time, so they've got to know who their last two picks are.
10
They are
seconds
going to be
remaining.
going and picking up a carry here, and we should be
Templar
seeing
Assassin.
a Templar Assassin pickup, actually.
Radiant
A good
team
pick there. Good mid hero. Expect to see some good damage coming out of her. And, yeah, just a little bit of an unexpected pick, in my opinion. That her refraction has a very good chance to
10 seconds remaining.
help with extra
5
damage.
seconds
The
remaining.
meld, of course, giving you that extra armor
Reserve time.
reduction. I don't know if that's a good pick against something like a gyrocopter and lifestealer combo. From what I've seen, it's very hard to keep those two down because one can deal tremendous amounts of damage and have great survivability, and the other one is just a powerhouse even in the very early to mid stage. So I don't know if a Templar Assassin was the best pickup. I would have expected to have seen, I don't know, maybe an anti-mage, maybe even an alchemist, but then again, they know their team and they know what they're capable of, and maybe they know something more about this pick than I do. Obviously they do.
10
And
seconds
last
remaining.
pick for the Belarusian Demons, we are going to see
5
5 more seconds down, and there's the Leshrac. No real surprise.
Dire team.
Good support with him. With his Diabolic Edict, you expect to see towers drop very quickly, as well as heroes. That's a very good damage dealing spell, but that Split Earth can come in and hold you in place for a tremendous amount of time. I am not surprised to see Leshrac picked up here in this match. Last pick for Team Burn It Down, and this match will
10
be getting
seconds
underway here
remaining.
in just a couple seconds. Not a whole lot of time left. 6 seconds on the reserve clock,
5 seconds,
5 seconds
remaining.
on the standard clock, and we're going to see a Razor pickup.
Radiant team pick.
And we do have a quick pause coming out. While they do that, I'm going to go over who has which heroes. We've got Demon's Mad on Lifestealer, Squirrel on Gyrocopter, Demon's Ranger on Windrunner, Kanadek on Leshrac, and Scourge on Nyx Assassin. We've got One-Man Army on Shadow Demon. We've got Golavomoy on Nature's Prophet. Sorry if I mispronounced that. 27th on Jakiro, Hell on Templar Assassin, and Vita on Razor. And as for lanes here, I expect to see Templar Assassin going to the mid lane. I do expect to see a tri-lane on bottom of Jakiro, Shadow Demon, Razor, and Nature's Prophet will probably be jungling or going top lane for the Dire team. I could be wrong on that, and I will be checking back in just a second. We're going to see Windrunner going top for the Radiant team. In mid is going to be a Gyrocopter, and on bottom is going to be the Lifestealer, Nyx Assassin, and Leshrac combo. Good tri-lane there, and as we see, the tri-lane is actually going up top for the Dire team, and it's going to be the Jakiro, Shadow Demon, Razor, but they are going to be going top lane.
30 seconds to battle.
We see one more pause coming out. We do see the Fearless Badger as the courier for the Radiant, and the default courier for the Dire team. We do see the Treants already here, keeping an eye on both rune spots.
The battle begins.
And we do see Lifestealer and Nyx Assassin dropping that Treant there. A couple people look like they picked up their compendium. Good to see. They not only do they get that extra bonus of the 225, but we see them sharing an extra 25% for each compendium in a match. If you haven't picked up your compendium already for the International, it's never too late to pick it up. The Western qualifiers are currently underway, and they went very well this morning. A little bit of a hiccup on the live stream, but hey, there was 50,000 people logging into the match to see. We do have a disconnect coming out from Gyrocopter. It'll just be just a couple seconds for him to come back in, we hope. But yeah, I'll talk about the compendium a little bit. If you haven't seen it, it is definitely a helpful little item there, as it does give you that battle boost. If we look at the Templar Assassin, we see that she is currently at 250%, as she was shared. She had one, and Gyrocopter had one. So, a good item to have. You do not need it to watch the International. It is free to watch all of the qualifiers as well as the main event itself. But it gives you access to a courier, which will be upgradable with views. And it does give you access to that battle drop there. To the bonus battle points. I personally have been recommending it to people. It's up to you to decide if you want it, obviously. You can watch it for free, and if that's how you want to do it, definitely enjoy the International this year. But this match here and now is definitely just a little bit of a disconnect coming up from the Gyrocopter that should be being cleared up here very shortly. I'm going to go over some quick items of who has what, and as we wait for Gyrocopter to come in here. We do see Lifestealer with the Quelling Blade and 3 Iron Branches, as well as a Salve and Tangos. We do see the Gyrocopter already has a Circlet up, giving the 2 in all attributes, and the Slippers of Agility. We do see the Ring of Protection coming out on Windrunner. The Sentry Words have been picked up by Leshrac. Observer Words were picked up by Nyx Assassin, as well as the Circlet. Shadow Demon already went for the Boots of Speed. He is definitely a slow hero if he does not have those. No real surprise there. We do see the Gloves of Haste picked up for Nature's Prophet. Expect to see a Midas coming out of him very early on, giving him even more potential for gold as this match goes on. Jakiro, of course, picking up both the Sentry Ward and the Observer Wards, just giving vision to your team. I have seen many matches in pubs where people think that they can get away with not purchasing wards, and the teams that tend to have lack of wards tend to be the teams that are surprisingly find themselves on the losing end. Not saying always, but good warding has great potential. We do have Gyrocopter reconnecting back in. The match should be getting underway. But as I was saying about wards, it is very important to keep, not just in the early phases, the wards of the rune spots, so that your mid can be aware of which direction to go to pick up that rune, but as well as good warding placement, especially with something like a Nyx Assassin on the team. With the Nyx Assassin, you have good potential for that Vendetta. Once he hits level 6, you expect to see Sentry Wards coming up to keep an eye out for him, as well as Dust of Appearance. We still have just a couple seconds of stuff being sorted out here. But yeah, when you've got heroes like Nyx Assassin, you expect to see Shadowblade up on heroes like Nature's Prophet. You expect to see good wardings coming out, because if in the early phase they don't, you can tend to get ganked very aggressively by these heroes. Of course, later on in the game, you do see the Gem of True Sight come out, No surprise to see that, but that is sort of a gamble, as if you fall, it falls on the ground, and that's a good amount of gold that you are giving to the other team potentially, or they could just destroy it if they don't want it to fall back into your hands. So, no real surprise to see wards already coming out. The ward here, of course, keeping an eye on the rune from the Radiant side. Jakira is going to be placing the wards down here to keep an eye. And there's the ward placement here, keeping an eye for the dire side of the top rune.
First blood.
First blood. There's nothing more mysterious until it has been spilled.
That was my bad. I did miss first blood in the mid. Templar Assassin played very aggressively, getting the first blood against the gyrocopter, going and taking him down. She is going to have to fall back slightly. Very low on health. She does already have her bottle, and we expect to see that coming. Good aggression so far by Team Belarusian Demons. You have to put good pressure out, and the longer this match gets, I see gyrocopters who go late game, and they have such tremendous potential. If you do not keep up and get the kills that you need on them early on, you can expect to see problems. We do see the haste rune being picked up by gyrocopter. That could be putting this Templar Assassin in a bad position. We do see Templar Assassin taking a very good amount of damage, but dealing just as much. No backup from either team. We do see the homing missile coming out. She will be stunned up here, and gyrocopter will be coming in. The meld will come out, giving her the potential to just sit here and kill off a couple of creeps before she was to die. Good use of skill there. We do see the global teleport is up on Nature's Prophet, as well as the Treants here. He is farming up here in the jungle, and he is already at 9 CS. Not to be matched, of course, with that 22 CS for denies for Lifestealer. Razor's at 12, Gyrocopter's at 12, but Lifestealer has very good potential for the early level farm, and that's why he is such a dangerous hero. As you see, he's already at 1400 gold. Tremendous, tremendous amount of gold there. He is just farming away, and we do have a pause come out as there was a disconnect from Lashrak. If we look at levels, we see that Templar Assassin is already level 5, working her way towards level 6. Lifestealer's at level 4, Gyrocopter at 4, as well as Windrunner. Level 3's down. There is still some level 2s on the board. You will expect to see this Shadow Demon Jakiro combo staying at pretty low levels. The beauty of having something like a Shadow Demon on your team is he's really not item dependent once he gets a pair of boots, and he has good damage potential even very early on. With that disruption, those illusions can do a good amount of damage. No real surprise to see him picked, as he is a pretty standard pick in this current meta game. We do see the creep wave coming down here, helping with this stacked up camp. They will be getting their farm that way. Up top, we're going to see Razor. Razor already has 1 point in his plasma field and 1 point in the static link. And we do still see the disconnect up on the Leshrac. I do apologize for the delay. And I do want to thank you guys to tuning in to this cast between Belarusian Demons and Burn It Down. My name is Radnor. I'm available to have my videos watched on YouTube and Twitch. You can find me there as Radnor in brackets SW. And if you want to send me a message, you can always send me one on Steam itself. Sadly, I do not speak Russian, so I'm not able to actually read the text that they are putting out to let you guys know with what's going on. And I do apologize for that, but I am just a little bit rusty on my Russian. Actually, I don't speak it, so. We do see this Templar Assassin very low health. The bottle has already been sent back, and it's on its way back here. Leshrac has connected back in. And this game should be getting back underway in just a couple seconds. And here's the start of the game coming back. We do see this camp being cleared out. Windrunner is coming up to try to steal some of that gold. The disruption's out on Windrunner. We are going to see the ice path coming out perfectly placed. The illusions are going to be doing a good amount of damage. We are going to see that Razor is casting up a beautiful plasma field to finish her off, but that static link was what held her, giving her a tremendous amount of damage. Beautiful play there. Down on bottom, we do see Leshrac and Nyx Assassin pushing the creep wave up, along with Lifestealer. We expect to see some damage coming out onto this tower here rather quickly.
The Dire's bottom tower doesn't even have
And there's the Diabolic Edict coming out, and if you look at the damage that does, the tower is already down to about a quarter health, and it just drops so fast with that Diabolic Edict, even at just level 2. A very quick tower drop, and that is why Leshrac is such a beast.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Run, little bottom tower, run.
And again, we see the Diabolic Edict. No pressure coming out on the towers here. I expected to see teleports coming in, but there's really no... Not even the fortification comes out. We are going to see this bottom tower fall here in just a second. Beautiful play. 2 towers down. The tier 1 and the tier 2 in just a matter of less than about 45 seconds between the two. That's not only going to give the whole team some nice gold, but we do see the energy booster being picked up by Leshrac and by Nyx Assassin.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Run, little bottom tower, run.
Surprised not to see the fortification come out there, or even the teleports.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. That's not gonna hold.
Some minor damage coming out here by this mid tower, but the teleport comes out just as quickly. Gyrocopter comes out, literally guns blazing. He does have that rocket barrage up to level 4. The homing missile comes in, the call down, and we see the homing missile strike the call down, quickly taking down Templar Assassin in the mid lane. Beautiful play there. Look at the experience. We do see the experience was going in the way of the Dire just a little bit ago, but it is swinging in the way of the Radiant after those last pushes of the tower. It's going to be over over like 750 advantage in XP, and we're going to see easily an advantage of over 4,000 for the Radiant there. We do see the Shadow Poison coming down from the Shadow Demon there. The homing missile again coming out, sending Templar Assassin back. It will drop here this time. The psionic traps still haven't even been set. A little bit of a surprise there. Expect to see something big coming out of those here soon. Gyrocopter has activated the double damage rune. Ice Path open wounds out on Jakiro. Jakiro is going to fall. One more hit, and there he falls to the Lifestealer. Beautiful play there. Jakiro coming down through the jungle. You're going to see the Shadow Poison coming out. Templar Assassin caught it by Split Earth. The Impale. The Disruption is cast out. The Diabolic Edict's coming out from Leshrac. And we do see the Meld come out. Call down on Templar Assassin there. They knew where she was, and she just didn't take advantage of dealing that extra damage from the Meld and getting out of there. And that shows why a Gyrocopter is such a dangerous hero. We're going to see them go and, with that flat cannon, even at level 1, push that creep wave back. And we expect to see some damage coming out onto this tower here. There's the fortification finally comes out. The Ice Path is cast from Jakiro, but the Diabolic Edict was cast, and you're going to see that tower go down in just a second here. We are seeing Nyx Assassin going up through the trees, and there the tier 1 tower falls in mid. There's Nature's Prophet Ultimate to bring in some minor damage from a distance. We do see the homing missile already cast on Templar Assassin, keeping her pushed back. Very aggressive play. He is very low on mana. And we see the only item that Leshrac currently has is that mana boost. Almost caught Nature's Prophet out here in the jungle. He has been getting his farm. He's currently at level 6. If we look at levels again, we've got level 8 for Gyrocopter, level 8 for Windrunner, level 7 for Lifestealer. He has just gotten his Hand of Midas up, but he does not even have enough in the way of items. We do see some damage coming out, and Razor falls. The Ice Path is cast even after Razor falls. Shadow Demon is falling back. And we finally have the Mana Boot pickup from Nyx Assassin and Leshrac. Expected to see those picked up as they already had the Mana Boost. Just aggressive play here by the Belarusian demons. We are expecting to see this tower here. It's already a little bit above half health, but that Diabolic Edict comes in, and the tower is going to drop here in mere seconds. We are going to see some disruption come out on Razor. It's going to be a good amount of damage coming down. Nyx Assassin falls, but not before Shadow Demon's able to be taken down. We do see Windrunner with a very low amount of health, but she's going to be able to teleport back to the base and heal up. We do see the call down coming in. Razor thinking he's going to come in and catch out the very low life Gyrocopter, but instead Gyrocopter had a well placed call down, perfectly placed, just right out of vision, and Razor walked right into it. Beautiful play there. We do see Templar Assassin here in the jungle. We do see one of those psionic traps coming out. Nyx Assassin casting the Impale. Beautiful rocket barrage, and Templar Assassin drops here in the mid lane. They just are not able to get the damage dealt to these teams. The Belarusian demons are being very aggressive, even with well-placed psionic traps. I just think it was a bad pick to pick Templar Assassin. They could have picked another hero. Even an Alchemist pick wouldn't have been as absurd. he could have come in and done a tremendous amount of damage. That Unstable Concoction is a beautiful stun that lasts forever, it seems, sometimes, when you're on the receiving end of him. And that Chemical Rage could have possibly been something that could have put this Belarusian Demon team in fear, but they decided with the Templar Assassin Razor combo, not the best choice in my mind, but then they are the ones in charge here. We do see a beautiful Ice Path coming down. The call down is dealing tremendous amount of damage. Disruption right after the Split Earth, and we're going to see the Impale coming in, dropping Jakiro very quickly. Diabolic Edict coming out from Leshrac, homing missile hitting up Templar Assassin, but the Split Earths miss, and Gyrocopter is going to have to route around. He is using his flat cannon. He is going to take some tower damage here and have to fall back. He did have a bottle that he did use there, and we see just minimal damage coming onto this tower. The towers have fallen so quickly in this match due to that Diabolic Edict of Leshrac. No surprise why he is just used so well. We do see
That's not good for the
a beautiful call down. It will catch two of the heroes. We do see the plasma field coming out from Razor, but Razor drops very quickly to that rocket barrage. Ice Path comes out, catches up Nyx Assassin and Leshrac, but Templar Assassin falls very quickly. We see the Diabolic Edict again come out from Leshrac, and they're going to be pushing up to this tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. It has no arms to defend itself.
The homing missile did
Radiant's top tower is under
hit,
attack.
but this defensive disruption comes out. The illusions don't even make it down. And this tower has a quarter health, and there it goes. The Diabolic Edict is cast onto it, even with Nature's Prophet's
Dire's middle tower now belongs to the Aegis.
ultimate coming out and doing some damage. It's just not enough. Just a little too late. And we do see 3 points in the Diabolic Edict, 3 points in the Split Earth. Great build. He hasn't even had to put any points into the Lightning Storm yet. Just with the disable of the Split Earth and the amount of damage that the Diabolic Edict can cast out is no surprise. We are going to see Nyx Assassin coming up into the jungle here, potentially meeting up with this dire team. He is ready for it. We do see Gyrocopter come in, the disruption defensively cast. Ice Path comes in with the Micropyre. We're going to see Razor's Plasma Field coming out, and Gyrocopter is going to come in, take down Razor and Jakiro. Templar Assassin coming in to deal damage to Gyrocopter, but he's going to chase her. The Impale just barely misses, and Templar Assassin is going to fall back into the meld. 30 seconds of cooldown on that call down, and they're not going to be able to catch Templar Assassin this time with that meld. But you don't want to stick around to catch the receiving end of that meld strike. We do see Vision currently here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds from the Radiant side. We do see an Observer Ward here from the Radiant, but this beautifully placed Observer Ward from the Radiant is keeping it.
Anything from you.
Beautiful shackle shot by Windrunner, able to get a kill on Templar Assassin there.
Is doing its best, but it doesn't look good.
At this time, it's 17-3. If we look at the net worth, we see a very hard comeback for
By the gods,
this dire team. We've got Lifestealer already with Armlet. We've got Shadowblade up on Gyrocopter, Force Staff up on Windrunner. We've got Phase Boots on all three. We see the tower fall very quickly due to that Diabolic Edict. We've got Drums and Mana Boots up on Leshrac, as well as Mana Boots on Nyx Assassin. We've only got standard drums.
Holy shit!
I don't even have time to sit here and talk about this. We've got Nature's Prophet trying to go in on Gyrocopter, but he is going to Shadowblade up. be able to move up, and he is not going to give up. Homing missile comes out. We do see the dust of appearance, as well as a beautiful sprout catching Gyrocopter in place. The ice path, and Gyrocopter is finally going to fall here. Shadow Demon got the final kill on Gyrocopter, but it's just too little too late. I mean, if we look at the items that have been purchased, we do have Shadow Blade and standard boots up on Nature's Prophet. We do have a buyback coming in from Gyro. He is upset that he went down, and we expect to see Vendetta coming out on Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin aware that it's coming because of that Observer Ward, but we do see damage coming in. The Impale, the Infest damage comes out. Power Shot, they were not going to let her go. Windrunner got the final hit and takes down the Templar Assassin. We see smoke coming out on part of the team here. And we do see an Impale come out, as well as open wounds on Razor. Razor falls very quickly. Call down into the Micropyre. Damage is dealt to Gyrocopter from the Micropyre, but Lifestealer is able to get the kill on Jakiro.
It has no arms to defend itself.
And we are going to see the Lifestealer come in here for the Roche kill. No real surprise here. They're just going to take that advantage that they have and take it even further.
The Radiant's bottom tower has seen better days.
We do see Mech and Force Staff up on Windrunner. Just the advantage here. If we look at the gold graph, it's over 12,000 advantage for the Radiant in XP, and gold is over 15,000. I mean, the ability to come back at this point, I just don't see it happening. The level difference, we look at level 14, level 12 on Lifestealer, level 12 on Windrunner, and we've got level 11 on Nature's Prophet, and he is currently the highest, followed behind by level 9. Even only one, only one hero is even above any of the other heroes of this Radiant team, and that is Nature's Prophet, and he's at level 11, but it's just not enough that he can do to be able to keep up with this team. And we do see here on the net worth just the difference here. 9,000 net worth on Lifestealer, 8,500 on Gyrocopter, 7,400 on Windrunner, followed behind at 7,000 with Nature's Prophet. Even with that Midas, he is just not getting the gold needed. He has treads up, he has the Shadow Blade, but he's just not able to keep up with this Radiant team. We do have a disconnect coming out from Leshrac right now. Even now, there is a split push coming down onto this tower. The tower is most likely going to fall, but we see close behind a Vendetta up Nyx Assassin at level 10 and a level 12 Lifestealer coming down for this Nature's Prophet. No surprise, if he can get disabled up, he will be falling here. He does have that teleport, and it is active. He does not have any cooldown on his teleport right now, so that could be his saving grace. But we do have the Impale from Nyx Assassin, which is more than able to hold him there. It just depends. We've got 26 seconds before Templar Assassin is back into this game. I do apologize for the disconnects. Again, this is a match between Belarusian Demons and Burn It Down. Exciting match so far. Definitely swinging in the way of the Belarusian Demons. They're just doing tremendous, tremendous damage in every fight. And if you look at their items, you can see exactly the advantage that they have, especially in gold. With Armlet and a Mithril Hammer already up on Lifestealer, he also has the Aegis. If he didn't have huge potential for survivability to begin with, giving him the Aegis, of course, puts fear in the opposing team. Just items overall, we have a Dagon on Nyx Assassin. they're just doing tremendous amounts of damage, and it shows. Hopefully this pause won't be too long here, and we can get everything back underway. Ooh. Okay. Now, as for coming back from this match, we do see that this tower will fall here in just a matter of a couple hits from these treants. As for coming back, I don't really see a way for this Dire team to come back. They just don't have the levels needed. They don't have the gold needed. Even a beautiful ice path that stunned the whole team. They don't have the damage follow-up needed or the survivability behind their teams in order to take this Radiant team down. If they caught them all out one by one, it would maybe be a potential way to do it, but there's no real way that they could catch each of the members of this Radiant team out one by one in a fashion that would be effective enough for them to catch ahead. We do have the reconnect coming in from Leshrac right now. In my personal opinion, where this match went wrong for the Dire team was they had a good disable in Jakiro. They have great potential with that Nature's Prophet and the split push. But in letting Leshrac get through the ban phase, he would have been a perfect ban over even some of the others. And we see the fortification out, and this tower might be denied. And we see Nature's Prophet just drops super fast, and Lifestealer does get the deny. I mean, we see up top the disruption and the ice path are out on Gyrocopter. He just pushed way too far in, and Gyrocopter did fall there. Just pushing too far into the base, maybe getting a little bit greedy, but I mean, at this point in time, even with some sloppy plays, there's no real advantage that this Dire team is going to gain.
Dominating.
We do see Nyx Assassin got a kill on the Templar Assassin there. He does have the gem of True Sight, able to do some dewarding here. We do see a Desolator pick up on Lifestealer. No real surprise there, giving him even more potential to kill, dropping 6 armor, which is huge on a hero, as well as just the potential of damage that he has with the armament. I mean, we do see a beautiful ice path come out, rage out from Lifestealer. He's not going to be caught up there. We do see a power shot coming up. The fortification does come out. Again, another ice path, but not catching anyone but Lifestealer in it this time. The damage is at half health on this tier 3 tower. We do see 4 levels in the Split Earth, 4 levels in the Diabolic Edict. There's no real initiation with this team. They can come in. The Ice Path beautifully cast. The Micropyre is going to do some very good damage. But we see that even with that this Radiant team can stay in the fire. Lifestealer did go down, but he's going to be back up with the Aegis. Nature's Prophet drops. Jakiro drops. Even while walking up through the Micropyre, we are going to see the call down hit 1 level on Razor. He is taking a very good amount of damage. The tier 3 falls. Both racks are going to fall right here.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
And we're going to see this Diabolic Edict come out and watch the potential that it has to drop these towers. It is ridiculous. And we're going to see just how damage dealing this Leshrac is. We do see the GG called, no real surprise, no real way to come back, and I just want to say, great play by Belarusian Demons. Good play by Burn It Down as well. They just did not have the ability to do the damage that they needed. They didn't have that great of an initiator. They had a good disable with Jakiro, but no real follow-up with an initiator. There was some great plays that came out of this, but Leshrac was definitely the MVP in my opinion. Leshrac was definitely the MVP in my opinion here. He was able to drop multiple towers by the 5.5 minute mark. 2 towers had already fallen. And if you look here, we see Gyrocopter had 15 kills, 7 assists. Leshrac had 0 deaths. That was a very hardy Leshrac, and just a beautiful match. I do want to thank you guys for tuning in. Again, my name was Radnor, and I want to thank you guys. You can follow me on Twitch and YouTube. My username is Radnor in brackets SW. I want to thank you.